everybody, Lizzie Jones here, and I am sharing this week's Make It Monday technique video. Today we're going to do something that I like to call confetti cluster stamping. So it's just a great way to use a bunch of those really tiny images that you have in your stamp sets to highlight a sentiment or focal point. So we're going to start with just a basic shape here. I've got a star that I cut from a scrap piece of cardstock. We're just going to trace around it really lightly, and this is going to act as a guideline for us so we know where to keep our confetti bits inside. And you can also do other basic shapes, squares, rectangles, hearts, really anything that appeals to you. I've done this technique with the text blocks as well. So that's a really nice basic rectangle shape to work with. But today we're going to work with the star. So you're going to start with your lightest ink, that is Harvest Gold in this case. And this is the clustered sort of confetti image from Birthday Style. And you're going to use this to just put down a nice base of color. You don't have to worry about it being perfect. It doesn't have to stay perfectly inside the lines. This is just a fun way to, or a good way to get you started, so you can sort of see your shape taking shape. Just gonna lay down a nice base of color. And like I said, I like to do the largest sort of cluster that I'm working with in the lightest color. I think it's a great way to really fill in a good bit without making the card look too heavy. And you're just going to make it random. Again, you don't have to stay within the lines exactly. Alright, now you're going to go in with your next lightest color with an image that's also pretty bold. That way the lighter colors keep it from feeling heavy. And you're just going to randomly stamp the whole shape. So we're going to pop in there. I like trying to create visual triangles with the images that I'm stamping. It just helps it balance a little bit. And you don't want to fill in too much because this is all about layering. You're going to have plenty of opportunity to fill in with additional color here. I'm going to continue with lighter colors until you're happy with the coverage, and then you're going to toss some darker colors in there for contrast. So now we're moving on to some Hawaiian shores, fill in with some of the darker colors. So you still got tropical teal and terracotta tile that haven't gotten anything stamped with them yet. You don't want to do too much of the darker colors because it'll really make your design feel pretty heavy. I'm just do a little bit here. So I've got some open outline stars and I've got some solid stars. So let's get a few of those guys put in here too. This is my sentiment banner, And I'm going to go ahead and put that in place. Just look at it and see, does it need anything? I think it could use a little more yellow and orange just to fill in a little bit. So I'm going to go back with those. So here I have my finished star all stamped out. I'm going to want to erase that, that guideline, but I want to let it rest for a little while to make sure that the inks have a chance to set, and that way they won't smudge when I go to erase them. So I'm going to set this aside for a second, and we're going to work on the banner, the sentiment banner. So I knew that I wanted all the little bits, the negative bits in birthday, to be popped up with the rest of the banner, but I didn't want to have to deal with all of that foam tape or layering or whatever. It's a lot of extra weight that I didn't think was necessary. So what I did was I took this piece of Hawaiian Shores, I ran it through Xyron first before die cutting, then I die cut the banner, and then I die cut the birthday, and I stamped the sentiment and heat embossed that with white detail powder to make this next step easy. So I'm going to pop out the whole birthday word here. And then this part, I'm going to peel off the backing. Maybe. There we go. And I'm going to stick this down to a vellum layer. So you'll still be able to see the shadow of the stamping underneath, but the little letter bits will all stay together, which is ideal. Alright, that's all stuck down. I'm going to pop out all the negatives and set those aside here. There. Now I'm going to leave the backing on the birthday. I'm going to put that in place on the banner, and then I have an easy guide to fill in all of my negatives. So I'm going to do that here real quick. Alright. So once all of those are in there and they're nice and secure, I can just peel up the birthday part. And there you go. And we're going to go ahead and trim off that extra vellum there at the top edge. All right, so now we've got our star card here, and I think the inks have had enough time to set up, so we're going to erase. Now we're going to put our sentiment banner on with some foam tape. Surprise, surprise. So we are going to cut a narrow strip there below birthday. Wider strip for the other side. Trim off the end. Yeah. There we go. That little bit we'll put down here. Strip for the top. There we go. So we're just going to pop this guy right into place, right on the front there. Okay. And you could be done here, but I like to fancy it up a little bit more. So we're going to put a little glitter on some of these dots. So I'm going to start with a glue pen here. Fine point. I think we're just going to do the tiny dots. So you just go around and color them with your glue pen. I wait till the end to do this because that way you don't do any of the dots that aren't going to get seen anyway. The ones underneath the banner. I think that's all of them. So then you just sprinkle. I'm using the Crystal Fine Martha Stewart glitter here. This is my go-to white clear. Alright, give it a little bit of a tap, let everything coat nicely, and then tap, 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 and there you go. There we have the Confetti Cluster Stamping. Little star there. This has been Lizzie Jones for this week's Make It Monday. I hope you'll give this technique a try. It's a lot of fun. So I really hope to see what you have up your sleeves. Thanks so much for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye-bye.